So the premise of the Launch Wizard is to allow you to launch multiple sites at once without having to go through each one by one to launch them. And basically the way that it will work is you already have your website set up, you've got your content set up, and obviously you've got a website template. So first off, we start by just selecting the websites that we want to launch. I've got it set to where you can do up to 10 at a time. I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 for the presentation here. But I'm just going to pick 2 domains that are the domains that show up on this list are domains that are available to build on, not the ones that have already been built out. Then you click on next. On the following page, you're going to see the instructions right up here at the top, but basically it just lets you know that we need to select the template and a shaker page for each of these. So you could do this in a couple ways. You can click on one of the checkboxes, and while holding down shift, select the last row, and it's going to select them all, and hit edit. And so let's say that these were all going to use the same exact template. You can just select that and update it. Now if you want to use different content for each one, you would just select the content here. The title and the ID is there, so you can choose it either way. But let's say we want to use this content for that one and this one for this one. So it just shows the ID number, but every line needs to have a template and a shaker page associated with it. You can also do things such as select the same exact content for both of them. Situations where this may be useful is, for example, if in your templates you've got different locations set up and you want to build a website. Let's say you're doing a state-by-state type build where website 1 is targeting the first state, website 2 is targeting the second state, that kind of thing. So you'd obviously just use different templates for these. You just have a different kind of template for it. So that would be one of the reasons why you want to use the same exact content over and over again. But for here, I'm just going to use separate content. And once you've got that, then one thing that I like to do is I like to test the websites, and that's why I've kind of put the URL and made it clickable. You can click on it, and as long as the app name opens up, or the Server Pilot default page opens up, that means that it's fully working, it's propagated properly. If you click on it and you get some kind of error, it's probably best to just delete it from the list. And the way you would delete it is select the line you want to delete, go over to delete. Basically that just means that it's not going to process it in this run. Anything that's on this table here, whether it's selected with the checkbox or not, when you hit launch sites, it's going to process through it. So if you don't want something in particular to be processed, or you change your mind about launching a certain website, make sure you delete it from the table, not just go off of what you're selecting, because the selecting here is just for editing really. So once you've got everything set up the way you want to do it, just come down to launch sites and just give it a few minutes depending on how many sites you're launching. It's definitely a lot faster than having to go through one by one, but it still has to go through the process of individually launching these. So you can just leave this page open. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and then I'll show you what happens once it's finished. So once it finishes launching the last website on the list, you'll get this pop-up here that says that the launch is complete. You can go ahead and close that out, and you'll see the different sites that it launched right here on the right hand side. If there's any kind of error, it would also pop up on here and let you know, so you can see which ones have an error or not. If we click on these now, we'll see that now they are full sites, or we need to log in and build out the post, but the launch process has completed. So that's how the Launch Wizard works, and hopefully it's just to save you a bit of time without having to go one by one by launching them. I know quite a few of you just will line up like 10 websites to launch, and so this will speed up the process. When you are ready to launch them, just launch them all in one go.